Welcome to News and What We Choose with Danielle and Dami.
Grab a seat, get the news, and come hang with us.
Cheers.
Cheer. Hey, cheers. Tink.
I know I have to open it though. Meow. Am I a
Are you
little
drinking
cute?
anything exciting?
No.
No. Water? Sparkling water?
Sparkling water with a straw.
Oh,
That
love
matches. That matches though.
it.
Um, no, it's the Bellini Bliss one. These are really good. And I think I've been finding the groove of which ones I really, really enjoy.
Mhm.
And this is up there. So,
I love an Olipop. What's the other one that also is Olipop?
oh, Poppy?
Yeah, Poppy are good. But also the ones where like they really squeeze the fruit juice. I've drank them a bunch here.
Oh, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
This is gonna be a fun episode because like I have none of the words. I was telling Neil off air. I'm like am still basically sick. Like it's just like one long continuation of being sick and like I'll get like a little reprieve and then wake up in the morning and be like, you're sick. Um
Do you take
and
elderberry? Because I swear to God, elderberry works like a charm.
we have some, but I don't take it religiously.
No, you
You know?
need to take it if you've ever
Yeah.
been in when you're feeling like this, definitely take it. But also, anytime you go to a public place, like if I take my boys out and about and people are like coughing or sniffling,
Yeah.
I'm like, once we get home, we're all taking elderberry.
It is just I cannot kick it. So yeah, I'll up the dose of elderberry.
Yeah, highly recommend it. I don't think you can even overdose on elderberry. I don't think it's even
Wait,
possible.
uh,
No, it's just like eating too many blackberries.
yeah.
So what have you been up to since we last cheers other than being sick and
Other than that, this week's theme was like momhood, like just my kids are a little wild. And so I had a lot of different ranges of emotions, and lots and lots of conversations with so many people just about like basically like how we're dealing, what we're trying to do, and going through 3.5-year-old boy toddlers. So this week was National Night Out for neighbors,
I saw
and
that.
yeah, that was super cute. We brought the boys, and like a lot of like what they're going through, I think is like just being three.
Mm.
But I think there's like a big part of it that is also being a twin and like feeding off of each other. And then also like getting a different type of attention when you're three because it's split. Like, so it's harder to um have like lessons about like why we don't do something when someone else is screaming or crying. Like the challenge is just like really, really hard.
Yeah.
And so they ended up like both doing kind of like weird different things. One of my kids was like, it was like nearing bedtime, but it wasn't way past. And he had just like, I think he just was done. He wanted to be like cheeky and he just, I mean, the most high pitched scream in my ear 4 times out there, like with like all the neighbors. And I just like, I was picking him up and he was like doing that. And I was like, well, we're going home and we're going straight to bed. So gave him, like I did all the things for him. Like he still got like a milk bottle but like we didn't do this whole, nice, pleasant bedtime routine. It was like you're going straight to bed and we're going to talk about like what you did. But dude, it's hard. So that was my week. It was just a lot of it felt like a lot of just like toddlerhoodness and yeah, it was rough.
Well, I think you did it the right way because I feel like once they're in that state, like that mental state where they're just screaming, not listening to you, being little punks,
Yep.
honestly, all you can do is be like, all right, we're done. Like in
Yeah.
my case, sometimes it's like, all right, get off your scooters, come inside, take off your helmet, go brush your teeth, let's go. You're done.
Yeah. Hmm.
Everything was hunky dory until all of a sudden you wound up and whacked your brother in the face.
Yes.
And he refused to say sorry. Get in here.
Yeah, you're done. Exactly. I could tell like by the end like of today, we were getting a little bit more listening, but that's like after like woo, just being frustrated and
And at
not
that point, you're like, I'm over you.
Yes, I was. I was so over them. I was like, a mama needs to go on timeout because like I'm just like I was done. Like I felt like I couldn't, you like have to regulate yourself to a
Yeah.
point, and it's this balance too of like you don't want to like you're in control of your emotions, yes, but you also don't want to raise, especially boys, but you don't want to raise any little human to think that they can go like this to you, like button push, boop, 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 and then like you explode, and then they're like, that was you. You're
Well,
like,
or like
no.
you're like, I win. And
Yeah.
I think, and
You're
also
like,
that it does apply to their adulthood, I feel like. So it's like that's
totally.
something
Yeah.
you don't want them to do to their relationships, friendships,
Oh,
relationships.
yeah.
Trust me, being in a relationship with a button pusher, not fun.
Yeah, no. Everyone's like in control of like, their actions. Like actions have consequences or reactions. And yeah, you don't want someone to go through life thinking that like their behavior doesn't affect other people. And it's like they'll laugh. It's not like they're saying like, "Oh, mom, we got you," or like, but basically what they're saying when they're laughing and then it becomes a game is they're like, "Ha, we got her." And so I'm just like, I am not playing.
You're like, I didn't participate in this game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, anyways, that was honestly truly the theme of the week and just many work kind of things and momming and stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, what
Well,
did
I hope you have a restful,
you
lovely weekend.
Me too, girl. Me too. Thank you. How are you? What's been going on?
I'm great. Other than still dealing with my hormones are whack. I actually started using progesterone cream because I'm like, I am just so it's like it's like a tethering of one. I'm like, I'm either annoyed or I'm just like, I don't care.
Mm.
I don't give a fuck. Like I literally like it's 50-50. You never know what you're gonna get kind of thing. Um, but yeah, other than that, like this last weekend and this week, a lot of painting. So I talked about it last week. I was like, this is what I'm gonna attempt to do. Da, da, da,
Yeah.
da. Well, it went off so well.
Yeah.
Uh,
So cute.
Yeah, so I had this old print. If you didn't listen to last week, I had this old print and I was just kind of sick of looking at it. I've had it for 14 years from IKEA. It's one of those like stretch canvas prints. So I was like, you know what, I can do something with this. So we I laid out the whole thing, went to town, paints all over the place, dripping different colors on it. They were using the sponge, the brush, the all the things. And then for us at the end wrote our names in each corner, but
Cute.
it's like kind of hidden in the abstract. So there's so much texture. There's so much cuteness, and it's just something that's like it's ours,
Yeah.
like a
Hmm.
family treasure.
I love that.
And then I was like, well, while my paints are out, the next day, I had this painting that I did when I was like 2 months postpartum,
Mhm.
with Forest, and it's massive, and it's like mid-century waves, but then the sky, I was just like really bored with the sky. So I was like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna make the moon look like an actual moon. And like then I ended up adding our astrological zodiac signs in the
Cute.
constellations.
Oh, fun.
And it looks like I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
We love that. That's exactly
Um,
what it should be.
yeah, like the first I was like, yeah, it'll do. It's fine for right now. But then it's been years, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm so sick of this moon. The moon looks like a pathetic attempt. So, but overall, and they had like their easels out and they were painting alongside me. It was so cute. So it was a very paint-filled, artsy week. So,
Cute.
also 5 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Spirit opened.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already been twice.
Oh my God.
Well, the first one we went to was like small, and the one that they had listed, like our favorite one that's huge and massive, it wasn't on the site. So I was like, oh, maybe they don't have it this year in that
Oh,
location. So the first one we went to, super fun, only had 4 animatronics out though. But that's like the boys' favorite part.
yeah.
Then 2 days later, we were happened to be by the one that we always like. And we were gonna go to Trader Joe's to pick up like two things after swim class. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, they're open. And so we immediately like bolted and went directly there, and it was the best thing ever. Literally, I did a, I posted a compilation of all the animatronics they hit because their favorite thing to do is literally just scare themselves. They step on it and they know they're gonna get scared, but it's just so funny because then they're like, ah! like it's so funny. And then they wear masks, scary masks, and chase each other around. But I think we actually like locked down what our family costume is going to be, but I don't want to say it because I know I'm going to jinx it and it's 2 months away. So I already know they're going to have other ideas between now and then. So I'm just like, I'm going to save it until
Yeah.
like once it hits October, then I'll buy the stuff because I know better than to buy it now. Because next month they'll probably be like, oh no, I never said I wanted to be that. I want to be this instead.
Yeah, that'll be
So,
cute. Um,
so wait, are your boys going to be firefighters?
no, we just got that for like play dress up.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Yeah, they've
Got
been
it.
wanting they wanted it last year too. Um, and I probably should have bought it because they had a fire truck birthday party and that would have been really cute. So I was like, yeah, what the hell? Throw it in there. Throw it in the bag. I also they have been asking me if I was gonna wear like a sparkly dress and like for like a
For funsies?
for funsies, yeah. Like I was teaching them this was when we went to the car show and I was telling them this started because I was like, hey, mom has to do makeup like before we get out of the car. So I just want to like, let you know. And it's a good lesson that like in the future, if you ever have like a friend or a girlfriend or whatever, and she has to do her makeup, you wait. Like
Patience.
patiently.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, are you gonna wear a sparkly dress? I was like, no. But maybe next time I was like, do you want me to? And they're like, yeah, rainbow one. And I was like, okay. And then I
Oh.
was like, do you want a sparkly dress? And they're like, yeah, I want a purple one. And the other was like, yeah, I want a pink one. And I was like, okay. So I put a like call to action like in my like group, the moms group over here. And I was like, anyone have like an extra like sparkly dress, couple sparkly dresses that my boys can like play dress up in? So we'll see if they do it, if I get them and if they do it. But I thought that would be super cute. Like, go for it.
That is so cute. And also, I think them seeing you in a sparkly dress will be like, oh, she dressed up for us.
Yeah, I was thinking like, well, I'll just wear sparkly dresses one afternoon. Like, adorable.
One thing I do have to say, and it was kind of weird, I was kind of like teetering on the line. I'm not sure if I was going to talk about this or not, but when I was at Spirit, the second visit, we were looking at like, by the register where all the like the blind bags are and all the things that are hanging like as you're like lining up.
Mhm.
There was this woman by herself, and I want to say I feel very strongly that she was on the spectrum.
Mhm.
But there was like at one point where I felt really uncomfortable because she like kept following my kid around. And then she started touching his head.
Oh,
And I was like, okay, come on, guys, let's come over here. I literally was like, all right, don't touch my fucking kid.
yeah.
So I don't know, like how do you like I just immediately was just like, okay, come on, kids, over here. Like, and then just kind of like, and then she, when we went back to the animatronic, she was like on the other window trying to be like, and then press that one. And I'm like, now I'm like, now you're following us around the store.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
I don't like that. I'm like, spectrum or not, like, I don't, that doesn't make me comfy. You're following us around.
Yeah, you never know.
You really never know. And I just like am very much like my favorite murder had this saying that was like, fuck politeness, because it's always women find themselves in really bad situations because we want to be like, not come across as a bitch. We want to be polite. We want to be,
Yeah.
like, oh, you need help? Okay, I'll help you. Well, then you get murdered.
Yeah, no. No, I
So,
think good to err on the side of caution and just be like, no, we're not, no. In other cultures, like you're really not supposed to touch. It's not okay. Like it's like very well known to not touch other people's kids, and you definitely don't touch their head. And like it's just like this whole thing of like, being respectful. So I
yeah,
think,
she did it like more than once. She was just like, oh my God, your hair. And she did it. And then she's like, oh, it's so pretty. And I'm like,
yeah.
stop touching my kid.
Mm.
Like, oh God. And it was like, it reminded me, I was at Safeway. It was the first time I brought Forrest out, and he was in one of the carriers, where they like their feet pop out. And
Mhm.
this woman walks up and she's like, "Oh, look, the baby," and grabs his foot. I'm like, "Whoa, buddy."
I think I was a little less weirded out about it when my kids were really, really babies, but I totally like, of course, like people shouldn't, but people would with, especially with like my,
Twins.
yeah, the twins. But I think no, like I knew that it was a thing because I was reading all of the forums, like the twin forums, and so I was like almost kind of prepared that that might happen. And we had like a lot of like older people do it, and I was like, I didn't have any qualms about it, but I could totally see like if you're like, absolutely,
Well, and also remind you, this was in COVID days. So I was
oh,
like, don't touch
yeah,
my fucking kid.
yeah, that especially.
It was literally in the depths. It was like July, end of July or early August 2020.
Hmm.
No.
That's too much. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Anyway, well, other than that, I've just this goes into kind of like I'm not gonna start talking about it, but for the what we watched portion, I actually started a challenge for myself. I was like, if I'm gonna start a new show or a new movie or something, I'm actually gonna like kill two birds with one stone. One stone. I hate that saying. So I heard the saying that's feed two birds with one scone. But get on my walking pad and just like lock in for an hour. And I swear to God, it actually is like other than me having to like wipe my face a
Hmm.
couple times and feel like I'm gonna fall off because I'm like covering my face.
Yeah.
I'm like, at least I'm doing walking instead of sitting on the couch.
Love it.
So highly recommend start a new show, go on your walking pad for an hour. And it's great because yeah, it was like I was noticing my steps aren't as high as I'd like at the end of the day. And I'm just like, I could. It's just it's so freaking hot out. So it's like we've had a heat wave right now. So I'm like, I can't really like go on walks with the boys because it's 104 outside.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm like, what can I do? And I was like, oh, I'll just do this.
Yeah.
Um, but but other than that, yeah, great week. So I'm sure I'll be going to Spirit again this weekend. But anyway, would you like to head into what the fuck Trump?
I think we should.
So everyone, of course, was discussing the whole Capital One closing 300 Trump accounts for money laundering.
Damn.
And it's not big news.
Yeah. That's
Like,
wild.
because like Biden, Obama, if they did that, front page news, alert the presses, news outlets all across America talking about it on TV. No, this literally is, I think, like at this point, they're like, eh, sounds about right. Same old same.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. And so it's like literally no punishment for this. So shock to no one. And then the birthright citizenship order became final. Why? Because Donald Trump missed the deadline to seek a rehearing.
Mhm.
So it's just by pure laziness and like, oops, a doozle. So birthright citizenship order is officially final. Um, but in what we choose land, you can go into yours.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I wanted to talk about just this is like kind of like a bundle of like where you're proud and you're like it of our state, but also unfortunate because of the situation. So Newsom orders California resources to fight Oregon and Washington fires. Um, so with the Oregon fires just happening and really, massive destruction and lots of stuff that's coming out about like the arson who started the fire. We've sent 20 CAL FIRE engines and four California-based rapid extraction module support teams through the governor's office of emergency services. So I thought this was just like good neighbor kind of, vibes and something that we don't always get to see nowadays with this current administration. So I just, proud of our state and proud of like the firemen who are like going out there. And of course they're like, no problem. You know what also was like a fireman kind of theme this week too? We also went to the Ballers game for the first time on Saturday with the boys. And they had a fire engine out there, and at the end of the game, they let you run around the bases as they're spraying water. So
Have fun.
it was so cute and so much fun. And then when we left, they were still out there by our car, and then the boys got to like sit, basically stand on top of the truck. So just like I don't know, Oakland Fire Department, amazing, but like, these guys in California, like our firemen are fantastic. So big shout out to them and big thanks to yeah, for the sport. So anyways,
Yeah.
okay. And then actually piggybacking off of that, Newsom in California. So Californians can now delete their data using Drop. Did you hear about this?
Yes. So I saw it earlier this month, like literally a week ago. But and then I read a little bit more into it because obviously they make it seem like it's very easy breezy and you just pop your name in, then it's call it a day. No, you have to do like a little bit more effort.
It is, yeah. But I think it's good that at least it's there and they're like highlighting it for
Mhm.
for folks. Also kind of reminds me of there's a service through Google where you can search your name.
I use
For
that.
yeah, I think I shared it with you and
Mhm.
for any like sensitive information to have it scrubbed. And so it runs um it like does an audit basically every couple, maybe it's like every couple months or every month, and it sends it to me and tells me like, hey, like,
I think
I
it's once a month.
yeah. So that service is really cool. I recommend looking into that. I have, if I'm honest, I have the tab open for the drop. But I haven't had the time this week to do it and like dig a little bit more. But just from like opening up the page, I agree. It looked kind of wild, but good that at least the option is there.
How
For
often do you get calls?
oh my God, all the time. I don't want a loan, guys.
Oh my God, that's literally today. I got one from Kentucky, one from New York, one from here, one from there. Hey, about your interest on the personal loan. And I'm always like, delete, block,
Go
stop it.
away. Yeah. It doesn't do anything though, because they just call
No.
from a different number. Yeah. So if will joining this drop, will that take me off of that list? Or does
Take
this
you off of the
oh,
telemarketer lists?
yeah.
I mean, I would hope so, because this is the
I like
data. This is like where they get all their data from, the phone numbers, the addresses, all the things. Like, and I even get like mail too sometimes where it's like, hey, you're interested in a personal loan. I'm like, no.
like I don't want a personal loan. Thanks. But
Bye bye.
yeah, well, we'll look into it a little bit more, but just thought I'd call that one out as a win. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, and then
Um, so if you were on the interwebs, thank God we don't have TikTok anymore because I may have actually seen the video itself. Did you hear about Perez Hilton? Do you
no,
remember him? He used to be a gossip blogger. I remember what like looking at his stuff. He used to draw like j
absolutely.
the white jizz on people's faces or like slut
No.
across people's faces. He used to be such a horrible person. Literally, when Heath Ledger died, he sold merch with Heath Ledger's face that says it should have been Britney.
Oh my God.
So the audacity that his family is asking for privacy at this time because 2 days ago, he goes on live stream Tuesday on TikTok, and this thing runs for half an hour.
Oh,
And he is fully naked, full frontal, everyone can see, using a carving knife on himself and self-harming himself, covered in blood, literally head to toe blood, his own blood, cutting into his skin on a TikTok live.
Jesus.
And literally every single person that said like I've seen the video, I highly, highly, highly recommend do not go searching for it. It is extremely trauma, like it's so bad. And I only saw a still from it and I was like, that's enough. I'm never gonna not be able to see that like ever again in my brain.
Yeah.
It is so bad, so bad. So they, again, it was up for half an hour before TikTok stepped in. And then the day after, he was like, obviously, the Ambulance came, took them to get medical attention. And then the day after, Perez Hilton's family spoke out about the asking, he's been hospitalized. Many of you have reached out with concern for Perez, and we are incredibly grateful with the overwhelming outpouring of love, support, and prayers. I also, before I continue, I want basically long and short of it, it says, if and when we are able to share any updates, we will do so with everyone as we can. Uh, as well, we kindly ask that you respect Perez's privacy as well as privacy of his family during this difficult time. Then, obviously, people are like, are you fucking kidding me? He has been the most horrible person to celebrities for years, years. And then you're asking for privacy. The only people that need privacy is his family,
Hmm.
because also during the beginning of his clearly mental psychotic break, his kids were at home, and
Oh,
he has little kids.
oh no.
So thankfully they were not in the house during like the actual live. But he's been apparently going through like a psychotic break for the last like couple days, and people were like sharing videos that he had posted, and he's like his face is quivering and he's just like really disheveled and like things like that. And so like over 10,000 people witnessed this live, like in real time.
Jeez.
So I don't know. It's like, of course, people are like, dude, you were the worst of the worst. And the audacity that you like, I mean, it's obviously his team and his family, but it's just like, no, like you're not going to get the respect that you think that you're going to get.
Mm.
I don't know. But I hope his family themselves, they get the privacy. So
Yeah. He clearly needs help. I mean, if you built your whole life on that kind of you know, basically going after other people's lives who really are just humans and exploiting it, that does really, really suck. And that has to take a toll on you. Um,
he called Misha Barton Mushy Barton and used to always talk about like how much of a slob kebab she was.
I mean, like that clearly comes from him and like his own insecurities. Like he's, like had a range of like body issues and stuff. I think there's obviously more, like of a psychological um turmoil in this human, and he needs help clearly, and like how sad for his children um to see that. And yeah, I mean, like to like literally sit there and make fun of celebrities, but then also you kind of are a celebrity too. Like that was your like goal, was to be well known, and then to like have to deal with everything that you have kind of like built too on like the celebrity gossip.
Yeah.
um a weird mind fuck of itself, right? Living in the spotlight, sharing everything, and then if you're gonna have it definitely sounds like it was a mental breakdown.
Oh, for
uh
sure. So we'll see what comes out of it. I really hope he does get stable in a
yeah,
way, like medicated, and just it takes a long time of getting better.
yeah. It feels like the celebrity like trash talk is over, right? Like we've all
Yeah.
moved past that. Like we're not talking about people's bodies. We're not like, like, I don't know. I like there's still obviously like you talk about like what's happening, like the current events of it, but I feel like we've grown from that era.
Oh, hell
Like
yeah. I mean, even watch movies. They used to talk all the time about like people's bodies and stuff like that. And then now it's not even a conversation.
totally, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh anyways, oof, my goodness.
I know.
Definitely not looking that up.
No, definitely don't. Not even a still. Don't even look up his name because it'll immediately come up on the top. And that's what I saw. And I was like, whoa, nope.
Hmm.
Well, let's move into the Wicker
Oh, yeah.
movie trailer.
Uh-huh. This,
Um, I'm sure you can Google it. I will drop the link in the description per usual. So you take a little gander at the Alex Skarsgård's next movie. And the Skarsgårds, they are talented. But did I know he was going to play literally a wicker? Man? No, I didn't. So I made sure that you watched it as well so we can discuss briefly. Um, what you think?
Yeah, whoa, wow. First I was like, wait, what? And then I said, wow, that's a lot of really cool actors in there. And that looks really freaky. But I also kind of had this thought of like, this really took the romantasy genre to like a little, a little too far.
Yeah,
Okay.
my first thought is, so is she gonna get a splinter?
Yeah.
Because if you're have you no idea what we're talking about. This man is built off by Peter Dinklage. He, I don't know what it's called. It's not whittling, but he builds a wicker man with a well-endowed wicker man for this woman who is a husbandless spinster lady. The cliche in the village of like, this woman has never been married. She lives alone. She's a depressed old woman.
Weird.
And so then this wicker man is created and he takes her to Pound Town. He pound towns all over that house. Wicker, dick and all. But also, apparently, we only saw the US version of the trailer. The UK version shows the wicker dick.
No.
Yeah. And also, mind you, this whole thing is not CGI. He actually went in the makeup chair for this.
Oh, Jesus, that's really cool.
Yeah, so I'm kind of interested to see that behind the scenes. Like, you know how they always do like time lapse? They did it for like Vecna with like
Yeah.
Jamie Campbell Bower in the chair, like becoming Vecna. I kind of want to see like that time lapse, like quick version of how Alex Skarsgård became Wicker Man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, are you gonna watch?
Yeah, 1,000%. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna
A
have to
hundred
wait.
percent.
I'll have
As
to
soon
wait.
as I saw it, I was like outside with the boys and was like, I really want to show Charlie. Okay. Like, I'll show him later.
Did you watch
See,
it?
I don't know. And maybe on his own, but I'll put
Well,
him.
you know, we'll see when it comes out. Maybe we can sync up and watch it together. And then into one thing I want to talk about before we get into good news, we're sipping and what we watched. Conspiracy corner, real quick. So I saw this video and I was like, you know what? That fucking tracks. This guy goes on and he goes, data centers are power stations for underground cities, and the water is being siphoned to the underground cities. And the whole, a lot of the people in the comment section were like, okay, this isn't crazy because someone said, um, all of these renovations and all of these crazy things that are happening to the White House, everyone's thinking it's happening underground because all we're seeing is like people slapping stickers on walls that says like the Oval Office this way and like gold random shit that just like gets slapped on the wall. It's like nothing major is happening except obviously they ripped down, which is still ripped down, that part of the White House on the side.
Mhm.
Um, But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think there's underground cities being built during because there is an impending apocalypse?
Like likely no, but I think that there's probably more bunkers than we realize. You know what I mean? Like
I feel
that built.
like Paradise isn't really too far off.
Yeah, they might not be, but think structurally and like the science behind it. How do you survive down there with like oxygen, like that kind of stuff? Like how do you do it longer term? But I don't know. I love that theory though. I think that
And
that
somebody
would.
made a good point about the co you remember how the pennies got stopped getting created? And copper is a source of energy that around the time that all the bunkers started getting built is the copper penny went bye-bye. And they're using the copper for the energy supply.
I'm gonna get all my pennies together.
Bro, well, I saw this thing where you literally can just put a copper pole in your garden
Oh
and it'll
yeah.
like, yeah, and it's an energy source.
I think you posted that.
It is.
I don't know.
So drop in the comments. Do you think there's underground lands happening, like underground villages, underground cities and stuff being built, and that's why the data centers are powering them as well? So we'll see. Okay, and also in the good news we're sipping, we have to shout out Miss Rachel. Literally, she posts every day something on her threads. If you don't have threads, you have to get it purely for Miss Rachel's threads. Miss Rachel claims no one needs $1 billion. And that's in quotes, and she goes, "Yep." And then she's the one that's been constantly talking about Nolan Wells as well. Miss Rachel's going on threads about the case of Nolan Wells. I love that she's standing up business for Nolan and all of his parents and also his parents. The fact that Miss Rachel is losing so much support and opportunities because she's showing support of Nolan Wells. It's really disheartening and extremely disturbing that people are offended by her being pro children. And
Yeah.
also, I saw this funny thing that was like every morning she straps on her overalls and goes to war. So, Miss Rachel is just a gem. She's a peach.
I do love Miss Rachel. She's doing the Lord's work. I know people
Truly.
are really angry with her for a few other different reasons too, but um, I, I I don't think it's quite that serious. Um, I'll just leave it at that. Anyways,
Give it a Google if you want to know what that means. So in what we watched, I was smart. We'll save this. Do you want us to talk about House of the Dragon now? Because I did take notes.
yes, and I'll let you this time lead because I watched it and I was like,
You're like, what happened again?
there were things obviously that happened this past episode that you're like, what the? But yeah.
Without further ado, let's discuss that right off the top. Motherfucker. Because guess who got down and dirty? I mean, granted, it was a dream.
Weird.
Was it a dream or was it a witch-induced dream?
That's what I was trying to figure out. And why would she do that?
Because she knows that he is sexually attracted to his mother.
But they did like in real life, they kissed, right? Like goodbye or something. I remember them doing something kind of like awkward
That
looking.
was like second episode. It was like a lingering kiss in front of the fireplace, and she's like holding his face, like, dear, my dear child. And he like leans in and kisses her, and she has her eyes open, but passionate kiss. And she goes,
Ew.
what the fuck? So he dreamed about fucking his mom.
That's weird. Oh, I froze.
You did. Um, you're still frozen. Oh my God. And you're frozen with a stank face. Like you're like disgusted.
If I can- Okay. I'm back.
Yay. Um, the other thing was the dragon fight. Poor sheep stealer.
Mhm.
So sad. And like he's just an untrained dragon. And
Yeah.
he's like getting ripped to shreds. It's so sad. And so it's like literally breaks my heart. I'm like, I know they're not real, but they feel real. And then Rhaenyra, she got it on with the white worm. As you would say, she went to Chowtown.
I've never said that.
Oh, I have it on recording.
No, yeah.
So they got it on. Good for them. Totally supporting that whatever they decide is best for them. And then is it Helena or Helena?
Oh, I think it's Helena.
She has
Sorry.
no problem. She has a vision. Um, and she's also riding her dragon, and that's like Dreamfire.
Hmm.
So pretty. And then at the very end, the two Looney Tunes, Aegon, he's yelling at the townspeople and then realizes behind him is his dragon who he thought he was dead, Sunfire. And they're both like gnarled together. And he goes, Dracarys, and like, then he does that evil maniacal laugh that literally makes you just realize, like, oh no, he's lost his goddamn mind.
Yay.
So overall, I thought the episode was good. I just can't believe we're already at the season finale this Sunday.
It's like I don't know who I am rooting for anymore. Like they all have their right, like icks. And then
I saw this thing, and speaking of, because we always like talk about Rhaenyra and everyone else is on the same page,
oh
but it literally is. Oh, here. Is she a good queen? No. Is she driving the story? Also no. And can her dragon fight? Clearly not. Does she even want to rule? Not really. But does she learn from her mistakes? Nope. But does she have a plan? Not even close at all.
yeah.
And does she have any idea what's going on? Also no.
Yeah. I'm like, why what happened this season with you? And if she, let's say next season in 5 years, um, like doesn't have some kind of comeback where then it's gonna feel like what was the fucking point?
Yeah.
Like to start, So I don't want to be like preparing to be mad. I'm like preparing to be mad. I'm like, what? Wait, what?
Well, what's
You
going to happen in this
know,
last episode?
we'll see. Yeah. So
I'm team whatever you just said last episode that we recorded that you're like, I don't care if she dies or not.
I don't either. I don't, honestly, they could all kill each other and I wouldn't care. I think maybe I'm Team Damon.
Which is weird because I was totally not
Yeah.
team uncle husband guy last season, and this season I was just like, hey, Damon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Either way, I'm gonna watch. I'm tuning in.
I know it's like the death grip of us.
You watch.
I also watched quite a bit. I watched Fan of the Opera because one day I randomly just decided, you know what's going to make my workday amazing is listening to the original production recording. And let me tell you, it was 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Put that sucker on in the background. It makes you literally, as you're typing, you're just like, it is grand old time. So then of course I got off work and had to watch Phantom of the Opera, duh, and completely forgot that Patrick Wilson was in it and he's from The Conjuring. So I'm like, well, now I need to watch The Conjuring. Didn't watch it yet, but I will. Um, it just kind of icks me out a little bit, and I know they're actors, it's fine. I This has been pointed out before, so I'm not the only one that's seen this. She was only 18 when she recorded that or filmed that. Emmy Rossum. Patrick Wilson was like 12 years older than her, and she's like making out lots. And then Phantom of the Opera, Gerard Butler was 25 years older than her.
Wow.
Kind of
Fun.
gross.
Yeah.
That's a little dirty. But anyway, I digress. I also watched the first episode of Furious, speaking of Emmy Rossum. It's on Hulu. It's very much one of those shows where you're like, good for her.
Hmm.
It basically is about this like woman who's murdering men, and then you find out that the connection is because she was trafficked as a child and she's murdering the people who did it. And that's why I was like, I'm okay with this. I see no problem. Murder away, girly. It's kind of like Dexter, where you're like rooting for the killer. But I only watched one episode. Really good. Really, really good. Emmy Rossum, she's just so superb. I also watched McBee Dynasty. I'm getting caught up almost, I think almost caught up. They're in Vegas right now. But officially the dad went to prison. Then they went to Vegas for a bachelor party combo thing. The show's great. If you're not watching this, it's like just highly entertaining. It's great. And also watched, which one do I want to talk about? Also watched The Devil's Mouth on Amazon Prime. It's the shark movie where they're like going into caves, and it has the guy from uh Summer I Turned Pretty. Thank you, my brain. So it has Jeremiah. It has Lana Condor from To All the Boys I Loved Before. It has Catherine Newton, who's in like every horror movie right now, and I love her too. Um, it's literally like The Descent and Jaws had a baby. It is weird because you're like hoping that the lead dies because she's so annoying. Like she plays her character really well. And I'm not going to say who I'm talking about because there's a couple leads because I don't want to spoil this Academy Award winning movie. Um, but you're like, I hope to God the lead dies. I'm rooting for the shark. But other than that, I mean, like it's entertaining as hell. I was definitely entertained. It's not a serious movie. I would definitely equate it to Sharknado. It's nothing to like write home about. I also watched the drama. That's one with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson that just came out on HBO.
hmm The drama.
And let me tell you, so I kind of unfortunately got spoiled a little bit about what the secret is that is in the trailer. And I'm not going to say it, but it is a really intense movie. It
Hmm.
is so intense. So
You recommend it or not recommend it?
I recommend it, but definitely don't think it's like a rom-com.
Okay.
Don't you go into it thinking it's a rom-com because it is no rom-com.
I would not think that these two would do a rom-com, so that makes sense. I
Yeah.
could do
And
that.
it's A24. So you know those twisted motherfuckers are like, haha,
Uh-huh.
let's make this a little surprise. So yeah, I'd recommend it. It's on HBO Max or HBO. I guess HBO Max is gone. So HBO. And I also watched Sterling Point. That's the new show on Amazon Prime based off a book. And I watched that show not ever after. What was the show that I was like every year after? There it is.
Oh yeah.
That was Hallmark Lifetime movie swill in comparison. This is what it wished it was.
Oh,
I stayed up till midnight to watch it all.
damn.
Yeah, I risked my Aura ring yelling at me this morning. It came out yesterday and I literally watched the whole thing. It is so good. So, so good. It has Jeffrey Dean Morgan as plays one of the dad. Um, I'm like, I want to watch it again. It's like literally that good. So highly recommend on Amazon Prime. And then last but not least, I'm watching it, doing it right now. Screen Queens on Hulu from I want to say it was like 2012, 2013. It is so good. It has Emma Roberts, Ariana Grande, freaking the guy from Twisters, the one that like, why am I blanking on him? The one from the Sydney Sweeney movie where they like pretended they were fucking, but they're not. Anyway, I know you know who I'm talking about. The guy. But anyway, so good. Perfect season, kickoff. Give it a watch. It's great. And also, we didn't actually talk about that, but Ariana Grande is like apparently going to take a step away from the public eye because of all the backlash she's faced. But honestly, I'm really hoping she goes away and just like gets healthy because
Yeah.
she's clearly going through it.
hmm
And that's all I'll say about that.
I saw a video too, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Her music video, very scary. Very scary. What'd you watch?
Okay. I watched the Dink. We talked about it last week. It was funny. It was funny. It was like a good comedy. Something a little different, but also like familiar in the sense of kind of like that goofy, nothing like high stakes kind of situation, but just good old-fashioned fun. Um, Ted Lasso came back.
Oh,
So I watched the first episode of that,
wait, I thought
and
that last season was the last one.
no, they
Oh,
came
I've
and
never
it.
watched an episode.
I keep forgetting that you're. You know, it's funny. I have another friend who, when it first came out, I was like, you need to watch Ted Lasso, and she thought that it was like about
Oh, like lassos?
football,
Western?
like
Oh,
actual football or like something else, like random, and I was like. No, like a rom-com or something. I don't know. And I
I
was like,
thought when I heard the name, I was like, oh, so it's a Western.
it's so cute. It's just such a feel-good show that I think it really is like one of those shows that like is going to be talked about for like years after. You know what I mean? Like it leaves this lasting impression of like feel good and humanity. Like everything that's like good about humanity is like in that show. Um, and it was nice because I think I've mentioned this before. I when I brought my sons home, like it was kind of traumatic too, like having two newborns. Um, and so I needed something to watch that like just like you knew what to expect, you knew it was gonna it's like watching Gilmore Girls. Like it's like that vibe. There's also
Yeah.
like some really good banter too in it. Um, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna rewatch this because it had come out earlier, or yeah, maybe like earlier or
Like
something.
when you
But
were pregnant.
yeah, and like I had already watched it and I was like, let's go. So it was my rewatch. Like while like freshly newborn kind of situation was unfolding. And I was like, it was like my source of just like chill and calm and hominess all wrapped up in one. So I highly
Mm.
recommend that. Like if you are on the fence about it, it's a good one. Really good one.
My pregnancy shows were Friends and The Office. So I was like, these kids are gonna know that theme song. Like when they grow up, they're gonna be like,
Come out.
this rings a bell.
Yeah. On the total opposite spectrum of everything that's good in humanity, I watch Obsession.
Not by proxy, but you watched the real movie.
Yes, yes. And it was, yeah, that was good. That was great. That especially like a young guy like directed that, wrote that and directed. Really good. I
And
let me
edited 26.
edited. Wow,
Yeah.
26. Um, no, that was a great, just like something original, something fresh. I feel like especially for horror kind of gets stuck in, the cycle. Um,
Okay, so you said original.
They're not.
No, it apparently
Okay.
okay, it is, but then someone said they ripped off so many scenes in the Obsession movie from all these other horror movies. And then this guy did literally a splicing of every scene from Obsession and what the counterpart scene is from something else.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, damn. Like
okay.
it literally was 10 different movies.
Oh, fun.
So I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, there was like some like the movement, I think, of her that I was like, that feels like kind of, like maybe something nostalgic, some kind of like horror movie nostalgia. I can't put my finger. I wonder if that was one of them.
It was. But I think it was also, did you ever watch Darkness Falls, the one about the Tooth Fairy?
No.
Dude. That one is so good. And it's funny because Brittany has told me that she goes, her brother became scared of the dark because of that movie.
Oh
Like
no.
forever, like to adulthood. He like is terrified of the dark because of Darkness Falls. But it's a good one. It's like I remember seeing it in theaters, but it is really, really good. It's just like a twisted thing, but she moves kind of like jolty like that
Yeah.
in this. So I was like, whoa, remind me of that.
That, yeah, the obsessed part too, like when it first starts and you're like, oh no.
In the car scene, because like he does it in the car and then she comes back.
hmm
What did you think about the brick scene? Because that's the part that I told you was like blocked out because of YouTube. The
Oh,
girl.
I thought it was more funny, I think, because you can tell it's not like um like they must have used like some kind of dummy, and you can kind of
Oh.
see that it looks fake. Um,
Oh. I thought they would have used just like a rubber or foam brick and the chick like had fake blood that pockets or something that was like exploding on her face.
no, I
Hmm.
because she's so stiff and it's just like
Okay. Well, again, it was made with $6.
totally. But it got the point across. I mean, she's a psycho and it was, it was still brutal. I actually thought what was more brutal was afterwards, uh that chick's body is like in the house and she's like sitting in a chair dead and she's like derobed. And like her
What?
face. Yeah. And so like that piece I thought was even that was creepy. And just like kind of putting you kind of like put yourself did you see the whole thing? You did, right?
By proxy.
Okay.
I never
So
saw the movie. I saw it, yeah, via YouTube.
um at the end, basically when she and I knew that was going to happen, like she's going to come to and she's going to be like the last one standing. And like does she get in trouble? Like she did nothing. Like all she did was just, you know, um so anyways, but I just was like how awful to like come to and then like have all of these like
Carnage.
yeah. And they're all your friends.
Carnage. Like absolutely like coming to and looking around and just
Mhm.
being like, what the fuck happened? Because unfortunately, so spoiler alert, I guess. Um, at the end when he takes the pills and then she does this her own wish because he bought a couple when he was like frantic and like trying to like figure out how to like reverse it. Um, and then there was this like part like so he breaks it or she breaks it, he realizes that's what he's hearing. And then yeah, she comes to and realizes and then it's just done.
Well, she made her wish that that he would love her just as much as
Yeah.
him. She loves him. And then yeah,
And his face, you can tell he does love her like that. And then it was like, but he already took the pills.
no, he loved her because of the curse or because of the
Yeah, that's
wish.
what I was saying. But
Yeah.
then he already took the pills, so it's like too
But it's
late.
not real. It like that's the whole and okay, I did think it would have been so like brutal to show her like he calls her or she calls him like earlier on before like they all the massive carnage and she's like kill me. um but I was like, oh, I really wanted to see her, like not that I want to see her, but um like it would have been creepier to see her crying, like she's in there but she can't come out and like crying because it's awful, like she is basically like against her will, with somebody.
Yeah.
And like even like the sex scene where he's like, yeah, and she's just kind of like I was like, oh, this is so
She's
brutal.
literally just laying there
Yeah,
like a
awful.
mannequin.
Mhm.
Um,
Which makes you kind
and
of hate him too. You're like, okay, you suck.
no, the whole time I hated him. The
Yes.
whole time. The whole time. I not one time felt bad for him. Not one time.
Yeah. Like, what did she do that was wrong? Friend zone you? Like, yeah.
And also it's just like you can't force someone to love you if they don't love you.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, I thought overall, great movie, especially wow, great job. That's your first movie. Congrats.
Phenomenal. So of course he's being slated to, I think, like be the next Martin Scorsese, whatever, like insert great director, writer.
It reminds me more like I feel like he could explore more like from the guy who does who's the guy who does Hereditary?
Oh God, that movie. That's one movie I will never rewatch ever. That movie's fucked me up forever.
I know.
The fucking way the people crawled on the ceiling in the corners. I to this day go to sleep after I take my glasses off. I'm blind as a bat, and I think I'm seeing it
Ari,
forever.
no, I it's funny how like Hereditary and
Midsummer.
Summer, like different scenes for different people will talk about what stuck with them. Um, for me, it was the car. Like that was just
Well,
brutal.
and do you know if you've ever rewatched it, Midsummer, there's a scene where she's like walking on the grass and the background trees are literally her sister with the hose in her mouth in the trees.
No.
So if you ever watch it, I will send you a screenshot. of like what it is, but it's like the trees where the leaves are forming is literally her sister with the hose strapped to her face.
Oh,
And it's
interesting.
like, whoa, didn't notice that until after.
Creepy. Yeah.
And oh yeah, the bear scene too. Those are two, and like the guy getting his face like completely smashed the whole time. That was
That,
like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was weird. Oh,
yikes.
yeah.
Yikes. That's
Both of
another
those movies I don't want to re-see. And like that, I feel like is
never.
such a good like tell her like, nope, I'm cool. Thank you.
Nope. I'm good.
Yeah. In
Carry
fact,
on.
I think I think like I enjoyed horror more before I saw those, and now I'm like, do I want to watch this?
Or you have to like Google if there's any scenes that like are traumatizing as fuck. Like you can't even just like blindly go into a movie nowadays. Like I refuse to watch the Terrifier movies just because it's like literally just all it is fucking torture porn.
Man.
I refuse to watch it. I have no problem about clowns. I good on you if you like clowns. I don't care. I dressed up as a clown 2 years in a row. I have no problem with clowns. Terrifier movies I think are over the top, unnecessarily gratuitous.
Yeah, I don't like that either, but I feel like the creepiness that comes from both of those movies from Ari Aster are like that's like on another planet of
Dude.
creep. I also think you like, I mean, to be fair though, what's his name? It's like the author, mm, most famous horror author. Why can't I think
By the way, I
of?
keep looking to my left because Pickle keeps making random sounds at me, and I'm like, can you
Okay.
just like hold out for like a second?
Stephen King. Like Stephen
Oh,
King writes some like pretty messed up stuff, and his son does too. And I think we've talked about it, like maybe in our earlier, like a couple of our first like handful of episodes that we've done on the podcast. But like those are just like things in people's heads where they're like, "This is so fucked up. I'm gonna write it and scare the shit out of people." And you're like, "What? How did you think of this?" Like,
I could understand like mothers thinking of that shit because of intrusive thoughts, but like
yes.
yeah, I was a Dean Koontz girly myself. I personally like Dean Koontz better than Stephen King, sorry. But yeah, same thing. It was like, how did you even think of this? What
Yeah.
is this twisted little thing going on in your head?
What made you go down that path right there?
Why do you hate people so much? Pickle,
Anyway,
seriously,
never mind.
chill. And also actually I would be remiss, as you said last week, I'd be remiss to not talk about the case that's taking the world by storm. Have you heard about the case of Lindsay Clancy?
I don't think so. Let me look it up.
Lindsay Clancy is the one that like um she killed her two kids and then she ended up in a wheelchair during the process. And now it's coming out to be like, oh, her husband did it.
Oh,
Her husband did it because she was going through massive postpartum depression, like really bad. Like she called 911 52 times.
oh my God.
Um, and she said that she heard a male voice saying, do it. And then everyone's putting this, they're like, oh, that was her husband. She was going completely cuckoo bananas because of postpartum, like massively bad postpartum depression. And he was like egging her on.
Oh
Like
no.
it's like ongoing. It's still happening right now. But this poor woman, and she's like in a wheelchair now. And this poor woman, I think, was driven to the point of craziness and all the drugs that were in her system. Um, he changed her shoes while she was passed out before the ambulance came. He and went to get food after his kids were murdered by her allegedly. He
Oh
went to get
my
food.
God.
Yeah. So it's like coming out like in real time because like I said, it's like I think 3 days in. So it's like real time happening now still in like trial. So there's not much of an update, but I'll give an update next week. But yeah, it's like really scary and terrifying.
That is so sad. Really sad.
So sad. Both kids murdered.
Well, there's three, right? So we're all
Oh,
three.
I keep seeing pictures of just two.
There's Cora, who's 5. Yeah, the deaths of her 3 children, Cora 5, Dawson 3, and Kaylin 8 months.
Oh my
That's
God.
wow. I okay.
Yeah.
Well, a note.
Sorry. Ended on that high note right there.
Well, follow us for more. Like, subscribe, do all the things. This is what Danielle says every episode. If you're
Wait,
not actually, I feel like a stronger thing is like if you're actually listening to us out there in the ether, support us so that we can do more fun and cool stuff, right? Like follow
yeah.
us.
It doesn't take much effort or even just like it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, subscribe on YouTube, download our episodes. It really does like it makes I know that we do have our audio downloads are pretty high, but like, we'd like to know if the video component is necessary too. But either way, we're going to
That's
still record it.
true.
All right, we'll see you next weekend. Hopefully, we'll have justice for her because her obviously, or her allegedly, her husband did it. So.
Great. Bye, guys.